Alright guys, so I'm just going to make a couple of comments on the Lesson 3 homework in case you're completely stuck, have no idea what to do. Hopefully that's not the case, but if you are, then I'm going to just kind of go over a couple problems here and there to give you an idea of how to get started. So numbers 1 through 5, those are pretty basic. Remember our segment addition postulate that the two pieces added together is the length of the entire thing, and that's for length. So I'm going to look more so at this figure here for STU. Alright, for our STU figure. So we have here, it says, given ST is equal to 3x plus 3, and TU is equal to 2x plus 9. What is the value of ST? What is the value of TU? Remember, since they don't have that line segment over top, that means the value is that measure, the length of the segments. So the important thing here is to remember that these tick marks mean that these two segments are congruent, that ST is congruent to TU, which means their measure or their lengths are equal. And that's going to be the key thing there. Because if we know that ST, the measure of ST, is equal to the measure of TU, and we have the equation for ST, and we have the equation for TU, we know that these must be equal as well. Alright, and then you just solve it from there. So you're going to carry that information through for number 7. Number 8, I want you to think about that. But numbers 9 through 13, that's going to come into play as well. Remembering that this tick mark matches up with that, meaning that ED is the same length as DB. And likewise, since there are two hash marks here, AC is this, or sorry, AD is the same length as DC. Now don't just automatically start setting things equal to each other. Make sure you're reading what information they give you, because they're not necessarily always going to give you equations for each individual half of the segment. So make sure you're mindful of that. Alright, then take a look at the bottom ones here with angles. Remember, we have that angle addition postulate as well, where, for example, GXI, angle GXI, plus angle, the measure of angle IXJ is going to be equal to the measure GXJ, that angle there. Alright, so again, if you have an interior point between two angles, these added together is going to give you that entire angle. Alright, keep that in mind. Also, just like with our segments up there, these arcs indicate that the angle GXF has the same measure as the angle IXJ, meaning that they are congruent. Alright, so same idea as above, but now with angles. Alright, let's take a look what else we have here. Alright, backside, really just more of that. The homework's really just applying those postulates there. Or theorems, postulates. I think they're theorems. Alright, let's see. 22 through 24, that's really just knowing your vocabulary. Make sure you're referring to your vocab sheet for these. I don't know if there's any other tricky stuff. 28 through 31, again, using those terms and those theorems. And then bisects. Alright, so we have the angle PQR. PQR. And it says that the ray QS bisects it. That means that that's going to be a ray that cuts that angle in half. So then we have that angle PQS is congruent to angle SQR, meaning their measures are equal. Alright, so again, applying that same information as before. Just want to make sure you know that those tick marks mean that they're equal lengths, and that these little arcs mean that they're equal angles. Alright, 36 through 39, I want you to just really think about it. Work hard at that. Don't just write down something mindless. Chew on it, think about it, should have something good for that. Alright, again, make sure that you are checking your answers for lesson 3. If there's something you don't understand, ask a friend in the class and work with one another to get this understood. You do have a quiz next class on Wednesday over lessons 2 and 3. What we would have taken today, you're going to take next class. So make sure you don't lose this information. Don't let it pop out of your head between now and then. Alright, thanks guys. Have fun.